Good morning, fellas. It's Saturday, about 10 after 9, and we're about 76 in the garage, and it's looking to be a John Kerry day out there today. Little high clouds compared to yesterday. Yeah, during the week I've been taking this thing apart bit by bit. Yesterday, Kenny and I, Street Rider, went to Nevada Pick Apart, and I did video up until they yelled at me to stop doing video, and some of it didn't come out, some of it did come out, and I'll add the stuff that did come out in this video. Kenny took a lot more because it's a little, let's say, less discreet than pulling out a camcorder versus his phone. So he took some video, so he'll probably upload some stuff. I don't know what all he was taking. I was busy looking for a rear seat. These came out of a 94 Camaro. You can see the attachment down there, right here as it pivots. And all you have to do is weld a tang onto the wheel hump. I might go back, and I really can't see how this is going to fit until I take off the original seat brackets off the floor pan, and I will be doing that here. But I might go back and get the panels, the door panels, or in this case the quarter panel in the back, because it bunched out back here, and do it. I did get all the attaching hardware. The pins where the seat locks into, and these are the nuts that sit there and screw onto the bracket. The bracket I can make and weld in, so I'm not worried about that, but I think this is going to be a good fix once I get it all lined up. Also had to take off these brackets. And there's another one over there. Sit there and to get that done. So hope this is coming out. My camcorder seems to be screwing up, but this is an old camcorder, so maybe it might be time to put a pry bar in my wallet and go get a new one. So we'll see on that. I'm off all next week, so the whole week will be devoted onto this and getting this back together. Hopefully by next weekend I will be putting this back together, and we've done a few things in the back as far as taking out those the rear seat mounting flanges. Doing this is going to, lining the front subframe with the motor and tranny and everything in it, is going to take two people to do it, and I'll have to wait until my younger son, Pat, comes home to give me a hand. I still got to drop the exhaust and the subframe connectors, and I'll be doing that today, and we'll be moving on. But I will continue to work on this thing all week, and I'll take video as long as this camcorder holds out. So that's where I'm at. Oh, one other thing. Hold on before I go. Nick, I got the original back seat for this car, and I know you like to collect stuff like that and hang on for builds. So in your travels, if you're ever close to Vegas, come on up, pick it up. I'll take you to In-N-Out for lunch, and you can have the seat. So anything else? Let's see. Nope, that's about it. So when I have more, I'll turn this back on. Later, guys. Hey, fellas, it's Friday. It's going on 10, and it's the temp, and it's a really gloomy day out there. And I'm on my way to go get Kenny. We're going to Junkyard. This is wife's car, but it's bigger than, can haul better than my Malibu. And we're after rear seats out of a Gen 4 or a Gen 5 Camaro. So that's what we're after. Kenny's about 10 minutes down the road, and the Junkyard. Ooh, we're gonna have to get gas. Sure, borrow the wife's car and she gives it to you on empty. And so I'm gonna shut this off, and we'll pick it up here in a bit. Hang on. Okay, there's the yard. We're headed here.
Where we at? Oh, that's right there in the front.
Yeah, we're right in the front.
Or VW stuff probably buried in the back.
There's Toyota stuff.
Sir! I'm recording right here.
Okay, Ruben. Forgot what year Nova it is, but you're going to need the V8 pedestal, frame pedestal mounts. And I got some right here, so we'll pick those up for you if you need them. So we're just having fun at the junkyard. More later. Hey fellas, we're back. Sorry not too much video in the junkyard. They yelled at me for videoing, if you didn't hear them. And we didn't get rained on. And so I didn't videotape. I did a little bit when we came across the Novas that I wanted to look at for Ruben. But we got the seat, I should say, out of a 94 Camaro. I'm going to vacuum it up and clean them up so as I use them, handle them. I'm going to take some modification to get them in there. Probably end up taking some of those brackets off. And getting this in here. I did get all the hardware. These are the latching hardware. And that. The seat pivots right here like this. So that's why we picked this one. There was a 2012 Camaro in there with the rear seat, but I didn't like the way that was. It was a full seat when the bottom was full going all the way across. It wasn't the two little buckets, and that's what I wanted because I wanted to bring the console back to that point. And I got to watch it because I want the seat to fold down too. So, but I needed this to finish the design on the console. And so that's what we're going to do. I did, during the week, have been taking apart the front clip. All I got left to do is that side, drop the frame connectors and the exhaust, and it's done. So we'll be working on this tomorrow. I forgot who it was, but they wanted to ask how I'm going to build the console. I will go over that in a later video, because I have a few ideas and I wanted to check on a few things first before I do put it on video. So if you want to know what the seat cost, this was Pick Apart Vegas, and the seat was $49.82. So that wasn't bad. And plus it was fun to have fun with Kenny out there. We put the seat in the car and went back out in the junkyard and walked around. That's where we came across the Novas for Ruben. Asked him if he's going to need the V8 frame mount purchase for his Nova for the transformation of Louise to a V8 from a 6. If so, I'll go back and get those for him. And anything else he needs, just let me know. Not a problem. Always happy to help another YouTuber. So that's all I got for now. When I have more, I'll turn this back on. It'll probably be tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for leaving comments. Later, guys. Hey, fellas. Well, did I mention that the washer and dryer are gone? I can't remember if I did that in the first segment. But right side fender and fender wells off. They're being stored in the backyard. Exhaust is loose and ready to drop. I'm not going to get down on the ground unless I'm going to drop it right now. Show you a video of it. And then from there, we will drop the subframe connectors. It is off. I looked at the alignment holes when I was under there, and it is off. It's tweaked this way. So Yeah, just threw the wiring on top of it there to hold it into place. So we'll drop the exhaust and then we'll move on to the subframe connectors. When I have more, I'll turn it back on later. Hey fellas, the exhaust is dropped. Dynatech, and that's the same brand as the headers. And there are all the Band-Aid clamps. And then we put the mufflers and extension pipes right there. So, next up, subframe connectors. Oh boy. When I get more, I'll turn this back on later. Hey fellas, I forgot when I take the subframe connectors out that the dry shaft loop had to come out. So then the dry shaft had to come out. I'm having a hard time with the subframe connectors. I even had my porta power out trying to pull them out. And you can see they slide right into the subframe. But the shaft that goes down sticks down and it stops where the subframe connector can come off. And I can't remember how I put these on. I know the motor, and this was an afterthought, and so can't figure out how I did that. So I'm going to go to Height's website, see what they say. But yeah, let me get a flashlight. I'll show you something. You know, it's always a good thing to know that you're headed in the right direction when you start taking something apart. So, you can see that it's not lined up. I don't know if you guys can make that out. I'm trying to look in the viewfinder, and that's what's going bad on my camera, is the LED screen. But can you guys, here, now you can see it. So, all right. So I'm just wondering if I loosen up the subframe connectors, if it would be a difficult task to realign the subframe. So that's where I'm at. We've been on it for about, well, let's see what the clock says. Oh, about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Came out here a little after 9. And I helped them load up the washer and dryer, and then I started it on this. Okay. So I'm going to find places to stash this in the garage so the bench is empty. And going online and see what Height says about how to pull those out, and that'll be about it, I think, for today, because aligning the subframe is going to take 2 of us to do it. And my son's disc golfing this morning. He's in the tournament, so, and he always has fun with those, so R&R, rest and relaxation. So this will probably be about it. I'm thinking of hooking up with Kenny, Street Rider 100, and he's at a he's going to be at a car show down at the Antique Mall down by the South Point, and he says that starts at noon and it goes till dark. So maybe I'll clean up and head down there and see if I can run into him. I'll text him first and see where he's at. He's got a full day of car shows today. He had the one where Coffees and Cars used to be out in Henderson. Then he was going down to Fremont Street to, had something going down there for Halloween. And then he's going out to the one out at the Antique Mall out by the South Point. So we'll see if we get out there and see him. So that's all I got for now. I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing. You all have a good weekend. Talk to you later.